nerdies, it's Kathleenums here, and Monday was an incredibly exciting day for E3 this year. EA was a bit snoozeworthy, I have to say. The entire time I was just thinking, please make it stop. Then Ubisoft was a little bit better, but when Sony started their conference, they blew us all away with titles that many of us have been anticipating for years, for decades. Let's talk about it.
Our first game tonight has been long anticipated by the gaming community. It is conceived as a poetic story of adventure and friendship, heroism and companionship. I'm personally proud and incredibly thrilled to introduce this long-awaited game.
So Sony showed some amazing titles like Hitman, Street Fighter, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, but they really got the crowd going when they got up on the stage and said, we're gonna show you a game that many of you have been anticipating for years. And of course, the crowd started cheering because many of us knew that they were going to show The Last Guardian.
The Last Guardian was developed by the creators of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. It was originally announced at E3 2009 as a PS3 game. As the years dragged on with no news of the game's progress, gamers started to doubt the game would ever be finished. Every year, E3 fans would tell themselves, this is the year we get an update on The Last Guardian. If you were curious what took the game so long, apparently the design was too complex for the PS3. It had a lot of issues, and in 2012 the development team decided to make the game a PS4 game. And they experienced technical issues at the worst time possible, right before a new console launch. The creator now assures us that the game is now spotless and the bugs are sorted out.
The Last Guardian was announced at E3 in 2009, the year that I graduated high school. That was a long time ago. And every year at E3, people speculated that they were going to announce that the game was still in progress, that the game was still happening. Many people lost hope, and when they showed us this footage and revealed the fact that it's coming out next year, that was a fantastic way to begin the many surprises that Sony had in store for us during this conference.
For they are coming back. At last, the promise has been made.
For many people, Sony would have won with just the announcement of The Last Guardian. But then they made another amazing announcement, and that is the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't know a single Final Fantasy fan that has not stated some desire to have a remake, a remade version of the game. Unfortunately, because it is such an old game, the entire game would have to be remade. It's not something you could just use the previous model and retouch a little bit to create an HD version of the game. So from what we saw this trailer, it seems that they are going to create a completely new game from the story and the characters that many people fell in love with in Final Fantasy VII. It's going to be a remake of the original story in stunning graphics, stunning next-gen graphics. And I am super excited about this because I did not play Final Fantasy VII and I want a chance to jump into the story but have a next-gen experience.
Thank you.
Oh my god. So if you've seen any of my Q&As or been around this channel for a while, you know that my favorite childhood game was Shenmue. I started playing video games because of Shenmue 1 on the Dreamcast. I have so many incredible memories with that game, and honestly, I don't think this channel would exist if it wasn't for Shenmue. So that being said, Yu Suzuki announced a Kickstarter for Shenmue 3, and the Kickstarter launched during the conference. It's already right now at 1 million and the conference was 2 hours ago. So it's definitely gonna reach its goal, and that means that Shenmue 3 is definitely happening. I can't tell you how happy I am about this announcement, because I've been waiting for this game my whole life. Been waiting for this game, and I always figured I would never get to know more about the story. The way that Shenmue 2 left off, it didn't complete the story. There are so many unanswered questions, and I can't wait to go back to this world and see more of this amazing story. Oh. So even though I really loved the Fallout 4 footage and Doom, I have to say that Sony won this conference, and the conference hasn't even ended yet, simply because of the Shenmue 3 announcement. That alone just won it for me. Like, yes, I love all these other games that were announced, but Shenmue 3 takes the cake for me. Like, I have, school. I remember being in school, being in elementary school, and just waiting all day, waiting for the final bell to ring to get home and play Shenmue, and then playing it until I fell asleep, getting up early in the morning to play it again before I went to class the next day. You guys, Shenmue has so many amazing memories for me. Oh, I'm just so pumped for Shenmue 3! So that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. I just kind of wanted to vent about some of the more amazing reveals of the Sony conference, but if I left anything out, which I did leave out a lot of games, just please comment in the comment section and let me know what you enjoyed about the conference, how excited you are for the new Hitman game or the Assassin's Creed game, or as I call it, the fish and chips game. Yes, I know that's a little bit racist, I'm sorry Brits, I love you, but when I think of England, I think of fish and chips, mostly because I love fish and chips. I really do, that's a compliment. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, follow me on Facebook and Twitter for more E3 news and news about future games that are coming out, and I should go. Hey nerdies, it's Kathleen, I'm here, and I wanted to make this video just to vent about all of the juicy details that we got from Bethesda's E3 conference, including Fallout 4, Dishonored 2, and that amazing Doom gameplay.